podcast show. So today's anniversary is the craziest show that came out in March 7th for over 200 episodes. The series is about a schoolgirl named Usagi Tsukino as she transforms into our savior of the universe, where she says, "I am the pretty guardian who fights for love and justice. I am Sailor Moon, and now in the name of the moon, I will punish you." That's right, her name is Sailor Moon. She leads a group of comrades as Sailor Guardians as they battle against villains to prevent the theft of the Silver Crystal and the destruction of the solar system. Cause the anime series has been 30 years today. Let's take a look, a full dive the history of how the series began. The creator of Sailor Moon, her name is Naoko Takeuchi. She was born on March 15th, 1967. Before she became a manga artist, she worked as a miko in a shrine near her university. After she graduated, Takeuchi entered the manga industry by submitting her work called Love Call. After that, she received New Artist Award for Love Call. Then she worked on later manga series, but as single volumes because they weren't really popular. But while Takeuchi works on the Cherry Project, she wants to do an outer space story of girl fighting, and after that, her world turns upside down. She knew it will be a successful series. Right before Sailor Moon series itself came out, Takeuchi came up with an idea for a magical girl series, but no one never done this before for a manga, and she called the series codename Sailor V as a one-shot manga during the summer vacation issue of Run Run. It's one of the manga magazines, and that was published in August of 1991. After the one-shot came out, she was not going to return for it until the first volume came out in December of 1993 and ended the run on November 1997 for over 15 chapters. Toei Animation caught their eye of the story and saw the potential it could be the next series that Toei will work on. So they have contacted Takeuchi for the idea to create a Sailor V series. And yes, there were going to be a series based on the Sailor V manga, not as a TV show, but as an OVA series. But it never happened, so they turned into Sailor Moon. But how did Sailor Moon came? Well, it started with the manga as Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. The manga is written and illustrated by Naoko Takeuchi. It was serialized by Nakayoshi from 1991 to 1997 for over 60 chapters and 18 volumes. The idea of making a series for Sailor Moon was originally going to be a one season only for the manga. But due to the popularity, Takeuchi continues her story. She wrote 4 more arcs. After that, as a result, the anime follows the storylines of the manga are fairly closely. But when did the series become popular for the anime? But this is how it all started. The first anime adaptation of Sailor Moon produced by Toei Animation, it was premiered on March 7th, 1992 on TV Asahi on 7 p.m. Saturday time slot. Since the series became the greatest series of all time in the 1990s, but here's a fun fact about it. I didn't mention that Takeuchi was planning to do a one single arc of Sailor Moon, and yes, it's true. She thought that both the anime and the manga for one season only, but due to the first season's popularity, Toei asked her to keep going for the beginning of the next stage of the second arc. And we all know the second arc, and that is the Black Moon arc. And that's the future daughter of Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. But when Takeuchi was working on this, she was struggled with ideas and how to develop the next one. So Toei expanded the series and asked her to continue it, well, due to their request. But here's where the idea for the second season, to introduce the daughter of Sailor Moon from the future. It came from her editor. So Toei gave Takeuchi to give more time to write the Black Moon arc. And personally, that's one of my favorite arcs. Before dubbing happened, in early 1993, Bandai and Toon Makers teaming up to create their own Sailor Moon series, so they decided to do a live-action animated hybrid adaptation, pretty similar to Power Rangers. They produced their pilot episode. It's only 17 minutes long, and they had planned to broadcast their version to air it on Fox in the fall of 1994. But after the result of the pilot, it didn't turn out what they wanted. So in early 1995, DiC has licensed the first 2 seasons of Sailor Moon, and they dubbed it. When they got the series, they only have to dub 65 syndicated episodes. However, with 7 episodes has to be cut for unknown reasons. It premiered first in Canada on August of 1995, airing on YTV. For the US, the first syndication started airing around September of 95 on a UPN. But something happened 2-3 months later. Since they started airing at the time, but in November 1995, production went on hold, or they stopped production after the first 2 seasons. It got cancelled due to low ratings because they aired around early morning time slots. That's around 5 a.m. in the morning. So that's pretty seems our worst decision that they ever made, airing it at 5 o'clock in the morning. But it's a dead time slot for an anime show to air it. That's what they did for Dragon Ball Z at the time. So they had no choice to air it at that time slot. After the cancellation, a fan petition that gained over 12,500 signatures was created to get their attention to get Sailor Moon returned to the US television and dubbed season 3 to 5, and movies as well. Around 67 to 97, they still kept trying to air it for reruns, but they canceled again and again and again and again, and this time around they aired it around USA Network. But in the same year, the production has resumed to dub the last 17 episodes of season 2. And they broadcast those episodes in Canada from September to November of 1997. A year later, in 1998, the greatest year for Sailor Moon, they finally got the reruns that the true fans wanted to see. On June 1st, 1998, Cartoon Network acquired the rights to the original 65 cancellation episodes and began airing it to be a part of the Toonami block. Speaking about Toonami, we are about to be approaching their 25th anniversary on the air. After they started airing, they helped to boost their viewership for programming and generated revenue for them to acquire more anime shows to add to the block. I did mention earlier in the video about their last 17 episodes. Did they air those episodes on Toonami? Of course they did. They aired it, well, actually, they did not air it until November 1998. But in May of 1999, Toonami did a marathon on Sailor Moon called Lunar Eclipse from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for an 8.5-hour program. In 1999, after so many demands to get the show returned, DiC lost their license. Cleverway got the license to continue for season 3 and 4, with Pioneer Entertainment to handle their home video releases. To their dub of those 2 seasons, it was so rushed because Cartoon Network wanting Cleverway to get it done and getting ready to put it on the air. Those 2 seasons were more faithful to the original ones, and may also have been influenced by demand and less censorship. But during their original runs, 2 episodes were skipped without no reason. But during the reruns, they aired those episodes for the first time. Now, what happened to Sailor Stars? Why they didn't dub it? Well, here's the reason. Well, there's rumors for it. What they're saying is that Toei wanted more money for licensing than anyone was willing to pay for it. And that Toei was afraid of hurting the show's family-friendly image due to some of their content for season 5. But one day, they will get it dubbed. Or is it? So hold up. What about the movies? Ah, yes, the movies. Well, they did dub the movies. First, Pioneer released the films in Japanese with English subtitles. Then it was released on DVD and VHS containing with the uncut and the edit versions. We were not going to see Sailor Moon again until 2014 that Viz Media got the full license to dub it. But now, the year of 2014. That year is when Sailor Moon has her return to the US. But in the new return, but restoring footage without any cuts from the original dub, it's going to be unchopped. 4:3 aspect ratio, including with the original Japanese names, story elements, and relationships. It will be producing their uncut version with a new English voice actor cast and dubbing it from Studiopolis in Los Angeles. They are gonna dub over 200 episodes, 3 feature films, and the TV specials, including for their first time ever dubbing Season 5 Sailor Stars. But at the same time, it was announced around 2012 that Toei Animation is going to do a commission project for the 20th anniversary to do an adaptation of Sailor Moon, and it's called Sailor Moon Crystal. It will be closely adaptation of the manga. With the first 3 seasons for television, it's adapted the Dark Kingdom arc, the Black Moon, and the Infinity arcs. Then the 4th season turned into a feature film to adapt on the Dream arc, or as known as the Dead Moon Circus arc. But there must be a 5th season for Sailor Stars, for Crystal, to get adapted. But it says in the end of the Sailor Moon Eternal movie, it says, at the end of the film, said to be continued. What is the legacy of Sailor Moon anyway? For years to come, it's a beloved series of this cultural phenomenon. It's one of the best series that came out in the 90s. For the future generation, they will explore this incredible franchise as a whole. From the one and creator herself, Naka Takeuchi, and she did I would say the greatest job she ever did, and she would never ever become the greatest manga artist, and also telling a story of Sailor Moon and the incredible characters we met in the franchise itself. So thanks for listening and watching this incredible video, and also happy 30th anniversary of Sailor Moon, and catch you all later and see you next time.